Hello, welcome back to a new episode of Scale Gaming. So off screen, I did a bit of grinding. I explored a lot of the map for the purpose of collecting fast travel points and basically killed a bunch of monsters. I primarily did this to speed up leveling just a bit and to make questing, at least in this area, a bit more easy as we traverse the different areas. I did not interact with any main story points or quests, so all of that is still there. So I figure, why don't we talk with Herc Adwald? Oh, that when they kept saying Herc will protect us, I thought it was a god or goddess. Did not realize it was a guy. Um, sure, let's talk with Kirk. Herc, not Kirk.
I don't care what you race. It's a tragedy whenever anyone's savage like this. Just look at the poor creature. She's been beaten to the brink of death. The Fae may be strange, but they certainly don't deserve this.
What happened here?
It appears she was attacked with some manner of short blade, likely a dagger, although there's no way I can be sure. People simply stood by as she called for help. No one lifted a finger. Can you imagine? It's shameful to treat another in such a way, even if she is a Fae. I don't know whether we possess the knowledge to treat such a wound. Frankly, I don't even know if I could save a mortal with such grievous wounds.
Well, I'd like to help if I could.
Well, you're the only one. With all the troubles we've suffered in this village, people are weary of adversity. They'd rather just ignore it. I'm going to suggest something a bit untraditional. There's a Fae named Eri. She spends her days up on the hill overlooking the village. Seek her wisdom. I would do it, but I am a coward. That's the truth. Perhaps a Fae will know how to heal a Fae. If not, then we're back where we started. Bye now.
Interesting. Okay. So, let's see where she
Hello.
is. Oh, it looks like she's near St. Odwig's mission. Can we access her from this point? It doesn't look like it. I think we'll have to circle around. So let's go to waterfall, water hill down, waterfall down. And circle back that way. Might have been quicker just to circle around Gorhart, but it's a moot point now. Alright. Nothing says adventuring like killing random bears in the woods. Warcraft, Dragon Age, now this. Feel bad for the bears, to be honest. And let's kill some Red Legion bandits while we're here. So I think, if I recall correctly, once you get to a certain level threshold, the bandits and whatnot will have the text overlaying their models turn black or gray, which is to say that they're underleveled and you'll get little to no EXP. I'm not sure if there's any way to play with that or modify that. I think when you enter a new map, and basically we are in a full map right now, I think these 4 subzones are basically the same map that's loaded in. It auto sets the enemy's levels based on what your current level is. So if you were to explore all of the available regions at this point in time, you could basically have all of the enemies scale to your current level. And I think based on that, you could basically be over-leveled pretty soon, which is either a blessing or a curse depending on how you like to play. That said, this is all based on secondhand memory from like a decade ago, so it's more than possible that I could be misremembering some stuff. Oh.
You're asking for it!
Hello, Oscar Krask. Did not even see him there. Anyway, with that out of the way, let's continue on. I will probably be taking a detour once we wrap up this quest and heading to Shieldring Keep. So, A bit of a spoiler, but Shieldring Keep is a fortress for the Forsworn, which are a mercenary company in Amalur. I don't know, but I know some spoilers about their history that we'll avoid talking about now. But I don't know enough about Forsworn as a faction, or I certainly don't remember enough. But it'll be cool to revisit that. Honestly, like I said, the architecture in this game is probably, in my opinion, it's the best around. Both the fortress architecture and the gnomish architecture. So, no more delays. Let's get down here. Kill some wolves, kill some Belgarts. And there she is. Hello, Irie.
May your hollow gods keep you, mortal. I am called Aerie. Your face is new to me. You're different from those in Gorhart. They amuse me, and I strive to learn all I can from them. Have you come to ask about the Tuatha? I can offer only what I know, and hope it will suffice.
A Fae has been injured.
Yes, I witnessed this crime, although I did not recognize the one who perpetrated it. It is often difficult to distinguish one mortal from another. The victim was Illuvia, but I knew her only by name. You must be hoping that I can offer advice, but I cannot. If she is meant for the Great Cycle, then so be it. However, I would be quite interested to find out whether one of my kind would benefit from one of your mortal remedies. I've always wondered. It will need to be powerful. Your delicate forms are far more sensitive than ours. In fact, it's astounding that you survive as long as you do.
Alright, so
Farewell.
basically just use a health potion on her. Oh, speak of Balin. Awesome. Okay. Let's get back down to Gorhart. We've confirmed that Fae respond similarly, or might respond similarly to mortal health potions.
Greetings.
And talk with Nan Henry.
You there? Do you feel nauseous? Itchy? Have you noticed any blood leaking from your eye sockets? I've been noticing the symptoms everywhere. No, this situation could not be any worse. If the Red Legion is involved, then we could all be staring death in the face. What have I done?
What have you done? But the most immediate concern is to ask for a healing potion.
I'm sure I have a vial somewhere in this cottage, but I do not have the time to search for it. I'm sorry.
What symptoms? That's a weird way to ask that.
Why ask questions when you could never understand the answers? It's clear your prowess is not with wit, but with a weapon. If you must know, something of value has been stolen. An alchemical formula that, if released, could cause untold devastation. I see its symptoms everywhere. Only my apprentice, Karth, and I knew of my work on the formula, but he's gone missing as well.
I'll help you. What is the formula? Who is your apprentice? Yep, I'll help you.
I do not deserve such goodwill after what I've engineered. If disaster occurs in Odorath, it will be on my head. I'm not sure where Karth may have gone, but I knew that before he came to me, he found shelter in the ancient chambers of Agnurfar Hall, an Irathi ruin east of Gorhart. Once you've ensured Karth's safety, you must learn what's happened to my formula. When you do, destroy it. It's the only way to keep us safe. Goodbye.
Awesome. But that doesn't really answer my primary question. Can we just...
Time is of the essence. That's never been more true.
Yeah, great. Why don't we just buy a greater healing potion? And a few minor ones. And
Goodbye.
talk to Herc. I don't want to start this new quest up just yet. I want to wrap this up and then explore about. Because I'm fairly certain once I talk with Herc, it's actually going to open up a faction side quest, and I want to avoid that for the moment. So let's talk with
What
Herc
is
here.
it? You made it. Just in time, too. Give me the potion. It will help, but it's not enough. Someone must go to the Fae and explain what happened here. One small misunderstanding and we'll no longer just be strangers to the Fae. We'll be enemies.
Why is the girl important? What can we do? It's kind of spoiling who she's affiliated with, isn't it? Why is girl important?
She is a member of the House of Ballads, the legendary court of Fae heroes. They are warriors without equal, with centuries of glory to their names. If one of their own was killed by a mortal, the House of Ballads and its king would bring a fierce vengeance upon us. Gorhart would be a ruin by day's end.
You do? Yeah. I'll ask for the House of Ballads to appease? To notify them of what happened.
You're turning out to be very helpful, my friend. You have my gratitude. I'll see to it that you're honored. Rumor says that the House of Ballads has its headquarters not far from here, in Glendara to the northeast. Try to gain entrance if you can. Farewell.
Awesome. So I think we'll probably avoid that for the moment.
Red Legion.
And explore a bit of another part of this map that I wanted to see what content it has. So this is Shieldring Keep. Look at
What's
the
this?
scale of this
Rogue's
fortress.
blood on my boots.
It's so freaking cool. Just the sheer size of it. In any other game, this would be like the final boss's dungeon, but in Amalur, it's just a dot on the map. The scale of these monuments is fascinating. Anyway. So I'm fairly certain that this will also initiate another side quest, and I want to avoid that. I would rather get some... but did I say side quest? I meant faction quest. I would rather do some side quests right now. Like, for example, Wanted, Crossed Brother Brigands. Earn a accommodation to join the Warsworn. Medgar and Oscar Krask, captains of the infamous Red Legion, have caused increasing trouble for Gorhart and the surrounding areas. Both brothers must die. Get their blades. Great. Lost Book, Overgrown Thicket. I betook myself on a peaceful stroll within the overgrown thicket when rudely chased from my place of repose by several noisome, fearful beasts. Alas! A book of some value was lost. Edmire Inquiry. A lapse of a contract with the Warsworn camp in Edmire is the cause of concern. Visit the camp and make inquiries as needed. Note, combat is always possible in Edmire. And lastly, Haxie Trolls. Contract reposted. Remove the troublesome group of trolls from Haxie. Awesome.
Welcome.
So I think these will be fun side activities before we get into the faction stuff. The thing about faction quests for the most part is that they take you all across the entirety of this map. And that requires a lot of running and a lot of nonsense. And I would rather avoid that for the moment. Not because the faction quests aren't good, they're actually really, really good. But it requires a lot of trekking across the map, and that would be far easier if I had fast travel points, which is the other reason why I did some grinding off screen. So, let's get up here. And what is this? Investigation in Edmire. Okay. This corpse contains a mission brief for Shieldring Keep. Take the mission brief. Okay, and it looks like we need to kill the Eden Shamans. No problem there. So, if I know correctly what they're referring to, it's a type of ogre giant thing. I killed one in here before, but there's doubt about the words. There is almost certainly going to be more. So let's quickly get this going on. Yeah. Here's a pile of corpses from my previous tour in this area. Alright, let's... I always forget that I can swim in this game. Let's go down here. And kill one of the trolls. And Seer. Just trying to stun him, but looks like I don't have enough pizzazz in the daggers. Still, one done. A few more to go. So, let's go down here. Up here. And what is in here? That might be DLC. Let's avoid that like the plague, actually. Okay, yep, up here. I want to avoid anything DLC for a long while yet. For a number of reasons. Also, if I'm being honest, Teeth of Naros isn't the best DLC. It's not the worst, but it's, so Kingdoms of Amalur has two main story DLCs. The Legend of Dead Kel, which is amazing. Everything about that is fantastic. And Teeth of Naros is... It just feels a bit rushed. And there's nothing wrong with that, but it's definitely not something we want to tackle right now. And again, it could be fun for, like, an excuse to level my character a bit. Maybe we'll revisit the Teeth of Naros later. That's always possible. Anyway, so that's Seoul done. And we'll go to Holmstead. And from there, we should be able to kill the last 4 trolls, and then we can turn that in. And go on from there. So one of the other reasons why I'm interested in doing the Warsworn stuff is because I know that there's technically an introduction to their faction quest back in Gorhart, but I'm wondering if there's a way to start that quest a bit later down in the line, so to speak. Anyway. So, let's get this done. Ghost here. Awesome. And then, lastly, let's go back to Holmstead again. And this time, we'll go down. And jump off here. Man, it's been forever since I've played a game with vault points. Be the last thing that I've played with that. If anyone remembers a game called Fable 3, that was very vault heavy. So I don't know why, but a lot of games were not designed in such a way to allow your protagonist to jump. So as a compromise, they had vault points, which was like pre-programmed jump points, which is pretty neat. Oh, let's do this. And wrap up here. And double XP. Great. And that's everything. Awesome. More loot to sell back later. Let's go to Shieldring Keep. Shielding Keep? Shieldring Keep? Shieldring Keep. Okay. And
Greetings.
wrap up here.
Stop gawking. There are grander things than Shieldring Keep, but we're proud to call it home. Mind you, it's more than vaulted ceilings. It's about history and work, about Tyne Delphric, ancient of war, and castellan of this place. On with you.
Wait, is he the end of that quest? Hold on. Report the attack, rallying cry, bring the news to Shieldring Keep.
You're welcome in the keep, as long as your honour's intact. Oh, are you? I see. If you mean you want to join, you should speak to Tyne Delphric. If all you want is coin, go to the contract board. Pay for finished jobs comes from me.
Great. So it looks like I missed him the first time around. The Edemeyer contract is done.
Dead? Each and every one? Well, you certainly rose above the call of service. You've earned your pay, and then some. Yes, take any job you like from the board. Good then.
Awesome. Well, let's continue on from here, wrap up a few more quests, and what we'll probably do next episode is likely actually start the Warsworn quest. The faction quest, I mean. I would ideally like to start the House of Ballads quest first, but that requires a few things that I don't think I am leveled appropriately to find. And I would much rather start that at a later point in the story for reasons we'll get into later. Anyway, let's Smurgan. Oh yeah, so these are fish monsters. They're pretty cool. They stun you a lot if you let them. A lot of higher scale, whatever you want to call them, enemies actually have a lot of frustrating stun effects that can get you trapped. Anyway, let's talk with this guy.
Stay alert.
Declan Manus.
You there? Did the Warsworn send you? It's about damn time. I've been rotting in this forest for near a week, and Jory's dead. The trolls are much worse than we thought. We thought rock trolls were bad enough, but these are mountain trolls, twice as strong and very ill-tempered.
Well, I'm here for the contract.
Oh, excellent. Look, we meant to take care of this situation, but things got out of my control. One of the mountain trolls killed Jory. Anyhow, I'm glad someone arrived at last. The mountain trolls must be stopped. The one that got Jory is still at the camp we made out here. If you can take care of this, I'll be able to retrieve Jory's belongings from the camp. I promise you what's left of his sword as reward. Farewell.
No. Look at these biggins. Should be pretty easy to purge with. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ouch. Yeah, so there's another monster we haven't encountered yet called a Thresh, and Thresh are honestly some of the most annoying and scary monsters in this game. Well, common monsters, you know, not including like plot story boss monsters, but as far as like recurring antagonists, the Thresh kind of stuff. Alright. Lightbringer. When he's done. Yeah, so I think the gear that I got might have boosted me a bit, but honestly, I don't care. I am in this for this story. Combat is fun, but I play games to have fun, not to do the Dark Souls route. My boyfriend, however, loves the Dark Souls stuff, so different strokes for different folks, right? Anyway, that's done. Okay, and now in here. So farmer remains. We are not tackling that at all. I think that's related to the Webwood stuff, if I had to guess. So Webwood is a different area that also has a really great story that we are not tackling right now. I'm trying to approach this stuff somewhat methodically, because if you don't, you're gonna have your quest log filled to the brim in no time, and that's gonna suck. So, ooh, excuse the devil. Let's get this done. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4. Severely damaged. Oh, I almost forgot. So there is weapon durability issues in this game. So we'll have to repair them. Which is another reason why I actually need to get around leveling up my mercantile skill. So is that everything? Ah, a fresh. You know what? Let's not deal with them. Instead, abuse the fate beat 'em up mechanic. And we get to 100. We can. Great. Awesome. So, hunt for the last troll. That should be good, and it looks like we might be able to level up. So I think I've been neglecting the mercantile function for long enough. I think it's more than... Where is that? Looks like we have a bonus rock troll in the making. Alright, fuck him up. Good. Good. Okay. Alright, now let's get to... Ooh, another quest. I really need to begin completing these quests. If not, my quest log is going to fill up to the brim. So, sure.
I'm afraid you've caught me at a bad time, friend. The famed hospitality of the gnomes may be missing today. You see, I am in distress. I lent my journal to a fellow surveyor to record information from the Split Rock depths. His name is Horace Despero. He ventured into the caves but never returned. No.
He never returned?
I am worried about him, and I must admit, my journal as well. It may sound selfish, but the journals we surveyors keep are very important to our work. If possible, I need to find out what became of my friend. And the journal, too.
I will happily help out with that.
I'm a surveyor from a mining company from the east. The journal contains all the data I've gathered from my exploration of the area. I lent it to Horace so that he could add data he gathered from Split Rock depths. Since he hasn't returned, I'm worried something terrible might have happened down there. If you can find out what happened, I would like to know. Goodbye.
So I assume the gnomes are affiliated with the gnomish capital of Edessa? I assume that's what he means by the east. There are a few mining-centric towns dotted throughout this section of the map, so maybe not that, but maybe that means they're expanding into Dalentarth. Anyway, let's wrap up this one quest just to get this knocked out. And... one. Bam. Yes. You hit them, I think it's if you hit them with the right speed or pattern, you can actually interrupt their stuns. From what I recall, again, it's been ages. But why not get this gnome quest out of the way at the same time, just to kill two birds with one stone, right? Okay. Let's see, local map. Now, the issue with running is if you can run and there's no stamina meter, why would you ever not run? It makes more sense to hold the A button down indefinitely, right? Anyway, surprised we haven't found any enemies yet. Oop. A fair Gorhart. Oh, so these are the undead enemies of the game. I don't know if there's how expansive the undead enemy catalog in Amalur is, but I know fair Gorhart are one of the more common ones. Not the one. Maybe I'm spacing on something. It's been ages. Alright, let's see. Level up. And at least get one into Mercantile. Alright, let's continue on. And 2 into Might. And 1 into Assassin's Art. Yeah, that should be fine. And let's set... Did I not set Duelist from before? Oh, I should have done that. Actually, so 15 melee damage attack ranged versus ranged piercing. A Duelist is still better. Barely, but it's better. No. No, this is fine. This is fine. And let's continue on down here. Terrible with names, unfortunately. Anyway, let's get this down here. Can we vault? I'm not sure if we can vault. Camera's a bit weird. But if we go down here... It might have been a mistake to backtrack with this gnome rescue quest. Oh well. Alright. It's done. We've already killed most of the enemies, so it doesn't make sense to use Awakening or whatever it's called, Reckoning mode just yet. Rather save that for the next batch. But... as I presumed. Ooh, sacrificial altar. Cool. And that's done. Alright, so we have Stellan Ryton as the quest target to return to. And with that done, it looks like we haven't had a chance to use the Awakening. The Awakening? I don't know if it's Reckoning mode or Awakening mode, but we haven't had a chance to use that just yet. Which is fine, but... yeah, I'm not going to use too Bargist. Maybe I should. No, they're mildly annoying. Alright, kill the Bargist here. So, let's get this set up. Escape the cave. This is a very long cave, I have to say. Beautiful cave, but a long one. And more bars is great. Try this. And I probably should repair my weapon as quickly as I possibly can. Alright, let's get up here. I'll probably switch to daggers. Yeah. Hackseed trolls. Alright, and talk with the gnome, and then go back to Shieldring Keep. Or...
My journal! Oh, I trust this wasn't too difficult to obtain. What of Horace?
he is very much dead.
A shame that. Thank you for being brave enough to retrieve this, in spite of what happened to Horace. As we agreed, here is some gold for your trouble. I appreciate your help.
Awesome. So, let's continue on. Go back to Quest Giver, and then we'll probably wrap up this part right here. I know we have other side quests to do, but I'm worried about the length of this, so... We'll do that, and then we'll repair the contents. You know what, I can repair off screen. There's no reason I have to do that on the Let's Play. And then we'll wrap up. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I'm having a great time replaying this. I wish it was blind, but it is what it is. Alright, up here. I'm very much ignoring the rock troll behind me. Or whatever it is.
Well done, friend. Well done indeed. I know in time the trolls will return, but at least now I can make it back to Shieldring Keep with my head held high. Here, take this. It was Jury's sword. Broken now, but she might be mighty again if a skilled smith wants to make her so. It's what Jury would have wanted. I was unable to complete the contract, but since you have, you best get your own eye back to Shieldring Keep and turn it in. Off with you then. Farewell.
Awesome. So, we'll go back to Shieldring Keep right now. And...
If you're here to join, see Tyne Delfric.
You're welcome in the keep, as long as your honor's intact. The last poor souls who tried it came to no good, did they? A shame, but profitable for you. Here's the pay.
let's ask more about Shieldring Keep.
You enter by the Great Hall, where Tyne Delfric holds talk with visitors. Forge and commissary are to the right as you enter the keep. Common quarters are straight ahead, with beds for pledge shield and above. Castellan's quarters are left. Don't go in there.
Fair enough.
On with you.
Alright, well I think that's basically it for now. Thank you so much for watching, have a great day, and feel free to like or subscribe or whatever. Whatever you want to do. Alright, have a great day. Thanks for watching. Bye.